Welcome to Savita Dental College lecture class in dental implantology. Today our topic for discussion is osseointegration. The word osseointegration consists of os, the Latin word for bone, and integration meaning the state of being combined in a complete whole. And the concept was coined by Dr. Per Ingvar Breimark in 1985, and he defined osseointegration as a direct structural and functional connection between the ordered living bone and the surface of a load-carrying implant. Let's see how this process happens. It is divided into three phases, that is the osteophilic phase, osteoconductive phase, and osteoadaptive phase. In osteophilic phase, there is blood clot formation and inflammatory cell infiltration. By the end of the third day, there is neurovascularization, which means vascular ingrowth from the surrounding vital tissue. And the ossification begins during the first week, and this phase lasts for a month. In osteoconductive phase, initially there is an immature connective tissue matrix and bone deposition as a thin layer of woven bone called the foot plate. Later the lamellar bone formation is present, and this phase lasts for 4 months. Next is the osteoadaptive phase. Here there is balanced bone remodeling, and foot plate or the woven bone is thickened in response to the load transmitted through the implant, and at times some orientation of the vascular pattern may be seen. So what are the key factors responsible for the successful osseointegration? The first one is the biocompatibility, corrosion resistance, cytotoxicity of the corrosion products, and metal contamination. There are different implant materials, as we know, metals, polymers, and ceramic. Of all these metals, that is the titanium is being used, which is around 99.6%. And the next is the implant design and the surface characteristics. There are different types of implant design. Of them, threaded implants provides more surface area and maximum bone contact. And in surface characteristics, it has been proven that moderately rough implants have had the best bone fixation. The surgical consideration. We need to keep in mind a few things while we are placing implants. Infection control, sterilization, anatomical landmarks, and last but not the least, well-sharpened drills. The loading condition. It has been divided into early loading, immediate loading, and delayed loading. But the objective for this is no loading while healing. There are different schools of thoughts about loading, but these all depend on the host factors. The next factor is the heat. Eating of a bone greater than 47 degrees for a minute can lead to cell death and denaturation of the collagen. How does this affect the osseointegration? As a result, osseointegration may not occur. Instead, implant will be surrounded by a fibrous capsule. The next factor is the bone quality. The bone density has been classified by MISH by D1, D2, D3 and D4. The most important patient factor for successful implant treatment is the quality and quantity of the bone available at the implant site. Most of the implant failures occur in type 4 bones due to thin cortex and poor medullary strength. Now next, there are a few factors which influence the osseointegration. And the first one is the fluorine. It is suggested that the fluoride modified implant surface promotes better osseointegration in the early phase of healing. Studies have been proved that fluoride modified implants have enhanced mechanical retention too. The next factor is the chemical messengers. After implants have been placed, it takes around 4 phases of healing to complete integration between the implant and the bone. Here the cells play an important role in integration. The most important class of chemical messengers are cytokines and hormones. And the next important factor is the primary stability. It is associated with the mechanical engagement of the implant with the surrounding bone. Bone quality, quantity, implant geometry and surgical techniques adopted are predominant clinical features that affect the bone stability. And the last factor is the surface characteristics. Thread shape, thread pitch and thread depth of an implant play a vital role in osseointegration. The smaller the pitch, the more threads on the implant and thus the greater surface. The greater the thread depth, greater the surface area of the implant. The basic theory which support osseointegration. The first theory, that is the fibro-osseous integration, which was proposed by Linkow, James and Wiss. They said that the fibro-osseous ligament formed between the implant and the bone, and this ligament can be considered as equivalent to the periodontal ligament. And the next theory is by Breimark. Breimark proposed that implant integrates such that the bone is laid very close to the implant without any intervening connective tissue. The titanium oxide predominantly fuses with the bone, as Breimark showed in 1950. The next two theories, that is the distance osteogenesis and contact osteogenesis. In distant osteogenesis, a gradual process of bone healing inward from the edge of the osteotomy towards the implant. Bone does not grow directly on the implant surface as you see in the first figure. Whereas in contact osteogenesis, bone is quickly formed directly on the implant surface, which is the second figure. So there are methods of evaluation of osseointegration, which is divided into invasive and non-invasive method. In invasive, we have histological section, histomorphometry using torque gauges to assess the degree of torque which is required during the drilling of the bone and while placing the implant. But this is useful only at the time of implant placement and which provides very little information during the 3rd and 6th months. The last one is a transmission electronic microscope. Non-invasive method which are most widely used, that is radiograph. As we know, there's periapical, CT images, OPG, which provide valuable information for treatment planning. The next is the perio test, which is used to evaluate the stability of dental implant. But the one drawback of this test, it is a technique sensitive. The next is a resonance frequency analysis. Two piezoceramic transducers that are positioned either on the implant or the implant abutment. A computer-based measurement is then made in which a signal of 5 to 15 kHz is applied to the implant and the first resonance is measured. The implant stability quotient is rapidly determined within 5 seconds. Before we conclude the class, a thorough understanding and application of factors affecting osseointegration, biological process of osseointegration in clinical practice is the key factor for success. Thank you.